ॐ नमो नारायणाय। सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ श्री गणेशाय नमः। ॐ श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। ॐ समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। ॐ सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रयविनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नुमः। ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। हरिः ओम्। सुप्रभातम्। We all are studying a very nice as well as educative text. Name of the text is Upadesha Sar, composed by Bhagavan Shri Ramana Maharshi Ji Maharaj. In last few verses we have seen how identification is a cause of bondage. Identification with what? Identification with the not self. So this discrimination between the self and the not self is a key role for understanding the nature of the self as well as purifying our own mind to reach to our supreme goal. For that, Ramana Maharshi Ji has given us different path, and the last and the direct path which he is explaining is a path of knowledge, path of inquiry. Let us chant the few verses 19, 20 and 21. Ahamayam kuto bhavati chinvatah ayamayam ahamayam kuto bhavati chinvatah aipatatyaham nijavicharanam aipatatyaham nijavicharanam. There are two important points where Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi Ji is indicating to all of us. One is Chinvatah, one who has this contemplative mind, which is the very important aspect of path of inquiry. Next, Nija Vicharanam, that one has to start inquiry with our own right effort, with our own right understanding. Then he says, once you understand how to do inquiry, what happens when you do a right inquiry? Ahaminashabhar, ahamaham taya, spuratirutsvayam, paramapurna sat. With the inquiry, this illusory false ego falls down. And once it falls down, the substratum of it is the Purna Sat. It shines on itself because that's the nature of the self. Then it is said how the final Jiva Brahma Aikya is possible. Then he says, Idamaham pada bhikkyamanvatah bhikkyamanvaham ahamilinake playala satyaya idamaham pada bhikkyamanvaham ahamilinake playala satyaya. So, it is beautifully explained now. Once this individual I completely gets dissolved, then the total I also merges. Now here merges, that means that one thing is there which is merging with something. This thing is merging with it. It is not like that. Merging means the appearance which was there because of conditioning, that appearance is not there now. And that's called as merging. So the total I also merges with the real Purna Sat. Ahamilinake playala satyaya. Alaya satyaya. That satta, that reality which never can go into this state which is called as non-existence. So that satta is ever existence, ever existing. And now Ramana Maharshi Ji beautifully takes this topic and tells us how one should further make our inquiry very clear, and this is a sadhana for the path of inquiry as well as path of knowledge. What it is? Verse number 22. Vigrahendriya pranadhitamaha nahamekasar tajjadam yasat. Vigrahendriya pranadhitamaha nahamekasar tajjadam yasat. Now, direct indication is, start it now the inquiry. As you have understood there is no ego, so then focus your attention on what? Vigraha Indriya Prana Dhitama. So we will first see the free flowing translation. It is said here, Vigrahendriya Pranadhitamaha. Vigraha is body. Indriya, there are two Indriyas. One is called as Jnanendriya, another is called as Karmendriya. Pranaha, vital force. There are different pranas. Dhi, dhi means buddhi. In this buddhi, the mind is also included. Tamaha is Anandamaya Koshaha. That is the tamasic state of this BMI. Naham ekasat tad jadam hi asat. So it is said here, for a sadhaka, that sadhaka now has to contemplate what it has to contemplate. The first, this gross body, is it me? This gross body, is it me? Okay, this is the first important point, Vigraha. Then second important point, are these senses that I am? Second point. Third, these pranas are there. Am I a prana? Third. Fourth, the mind and intellect. Mind and intellect is there. Ask the question, am I the mind and intellect? Okay. Next, am I this tamasic part which is called as Anandamaya Kosha? Now, Bhagavan Raman Maharshi says, if you do a right enquiry, then you will say, na aham, that I am not. Why? Aham ekasat. I am that one reality. Why is it so? How can you say so? Because with my right contemplation, I have understood Vigraha, then Indriya, Pranaha, Dhi, Tamaha, Jadameva. All these are Jada. And that's why this Jada means inert. Having got this sort of nature, that is called as inert nature, then inert nature cannot be a Sat. That thing which is inert cannot be a Sat, therefore it is Asat. Therefore it is Asat, it is unreal. Okay, now let us do a deep enquiry. So this is a fantastic part we must understand. Enquiry is very interesting part of the path of knowledge. Now Vigraha, just observe this world. Vigraha means body. So at the lower sort of consciousness, we can understand the Vigraha is plant body. That is also Vigraha. Plant has a form, that is Vigraha. Okay. Then comes a water kingdom. All sort of aquatic animals. They also have a body. Okay. Then higher to that, animal kingdom. They also have a body. And then top of it is human being. So you can see the body also is slowly evolving, is it or not? The plant which cannot move on its own, that means it is at a lower nature. Then that comes the next important aspect, aquatic animals. Yes, they can move on their own. Yes, but they do not have that freedom as that of the animals. Okay. Then animals, yes, they can't speak, they cannot think, they cannot have ideas sort of. So as that of the human beings. Then comes the human beings, and now just imagine how the form of human beings is. So there is a evolution. So slowly the form is evolving. One part, another part. Now in human beings, okay, focus on now a Vigraha, form of human being. Human being they have body, mind and intellect. The first point is body. Let us focus on the body. So body, when we take up the body, then what do we get? We get different roles to play. As soon as you take up the body, you got the roles to play. Now as and when you grow, your roles become more and more prominent. Just imagine, as and you grow, your roles become more and more prominent. Okay. So let us think about these roles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A person is a son, person is a brother, a person is a husband, a person is a father, a person is so and so forth. Now, if you look at all the roles and observe and contemplate, then you will know no role is permanent. There is no role which is permanent. So all these roles are because of what? Because of the situation and the state of life. Because of the situation as well as your state and the station of life. Okay. Now more about this Vigraha. Vigraha means body. This body, which was sometime, it was just a bundle of cells and which was present in the womb of the mother. And slowly it grew and took a form of real human, so called as being. It came out and it was very small. Now after a month it became big, after a years it became big, after years it became very big. That means this form is continuously changing. So Vedanta says, now please understand, knowledge is here. Vedanta says that which changes is unreal. That which changes is unreal. So therefore this body which is changing is unreal, and that which changes is also jadam. Is also jadam. Second important part. Third important part, that which changes, that which has a modification, does not have its own independent existence. It depends on something. Oh, and that's why it is called as unreal. So body is unreal. Now understand one important example of it. An actor is now very much having this skill of what? To play different roles, called as different roles on the stage. Actor can play different roles on the play. In a one play, that is called as drama, he can play a different roles. Now just imagine, in different roles, he is having different emotions. Yes or no? Yes. So that emotion is only for that role. The role is changed. Now another emotion has come. In one role he was a king, another role he was a beggar, another role he was a soldier, so on. So every role is having that emotion. Now understand, having that emotion, is this actor anyway, anything or any circumstances can affect the actor as such? No. Why? Because a role having played is gone and it is disappeared. It is only for the sake of that particular time. So that role is also gone, the emotions also gone. Yes or no? Yes. Therefore, emotions are there in the mind, and that which comes and goes, again as per the Vedantic knowledge, it is called as asat, ephemeral, that which is called as impermanent, that which is jadam. So, mind itself is jadam, and mind is the king of all the senses. That means that which is connected to mind is all jadam. Now, buddhi. Buddhi is what? Sometimes it remembers, sometimes it does not remember. Sometimes it has a good idea, sometimes it says no, this is a bad idea, and it is continuously also changing. It takes one decision and it refutes that same decision. Okay, therefore this buddhi cannot be me at all. Then what remained? There is only that Anandamaya Kosh, where there is only a ignorance and nothing else. And I know the ignorance, because ignorance is described as a darkness. So the darkness is there only because lack of absence of light. The moment the light comes, where is the darkness? The darkness disappears. Similarly, the ignorance is there only because of the lack of knowledge. And even though in other words also, I know my ignorance. Like if somebody asks you, do you know how do you start the aircraft? Then you says, no, I do not know. So you know that I do not know how to start aircraft. So you know your ignorance. From this standpoint also, we have understood that this body, these senses, these pranas, the pranas also, they come and they go. So these pranas as well as dhi and tama, they are all inert in nature. They are all ephemeral. They are all unreal. Therefore, that I cannot be. Now, that object which is called as body, that I am not. And all these are called as different upadhis. That upadhi I am not. Now we have seen how the illusory ego, that I am not. Then what remained? If body, mind and intellect I am not, and the illusory self, illusory that ego I am not, then what remains? Ekam Sat. Ekam Sat. That Eka Sat Aham Asmi. That Sat Aham Asmi. So, this important aspect we should able to understand as well as know with clarity. How this ego we have understood as an illusion. Please note it, I am again making it more clear. The ego, that which is an illusory thought, that is removed, that is destroyed. That does not mean there is something called as destruction as an object. It is called as the ego is falsified. Ego is falsified. This one word you have to remember in this Vedantic understanding. Falsification of ego is called as destruction of ego. Similarly, when you understand this unreal body, mind and intellect, I am not. That does not mean you are going to destroy this body, mind and intellect. There is no need to destroy it at all. It is only to give up this thought which is called as identification, which is there as me, as this body. So if this identification is dropped, then I understand who am I really. This is beautifully explained in this verse, that how to understand this who am I. Now Ramana Maharshi says, yes, you have understood that you are the substratum of all this BMI. So this substratum which is called as aham, which is called as existence. But now you tell me, a disciple or seeker ask, what does he ask? Now please tell me, this aham which is called as the satta, which is called as the existence, who will know this existence? Is there any other part or entity who can know this existence? Hope this question is clear now. No doubt there is existence, but who knows this existence now? This is a question asked by the seeker. Okay, Ramana Maharshi Ji says, understand, oh my dear seeker, what is the reality? Verse number 23. Sattva bhasika chitkva vetara, sattva bhasika chitkva vetara, satyaya hi chittaya hyayam, satyaya hi chittaya hyayam. Very beautiful discussion now. So it says, enquiry. What is the enquiry? Kva va. So there is this chit kva. So kva va. Kva va means where is there. Itaraha. Itara means another. So where is another? What is another? That which knows this existence, that is called as chit. So where is another consciousness? Where is another consciousness that knows this, what this existence? Okay. Sattva bhasika, that illumines, or that is an illuminator of this existence. That existence. Which existence? Which we have understood in the last verse. Aham eka sat. That sat as an existence. Sat means satta. Satta means existence. So Ramana Maharshi Ji says, ask this question, where is that another chit, consciousness, which can illumine this sat? Then he says, satyaya hi chit. Understand, O seeker? Satyaya hi chit. That existence itself is consciousness. And chittaya hi aham. That chitta, that consciousness is existence that I am. Okay, so we'll take up this now, one by one. See, originality of anything goes away because of contamination, because of adulteration, because of addition of something, and therefore the originality goes away. So in India we have to say, give me a pure ghee. What do you mean by pure ghee? No, this is pure ghee product. Oh my dear, ghee is ghee. called as clarified butter. In English it's called as clarified butter. Where is called as pure ghee? Because there are n number of smart people, they know how to add adulterants to this ghee and make it voluminous. And therefore that ghee does not remain as pure, it becomes adulterated ghee. So what happened? Something is added in it. Okay. Now this is a very important aspect. When something is added in it, that means which is extra. That is called as acquired in case of Vedanta. Acquired. Now just imagine, I am taking this concept now, that which is acquired. So in our life we acquire so many things. Example, you acquire some habit. Yes or no? Yes. What is that habit? Simple habit, and my most popular example is the morning tea. Just imagine, when the person was small and growing as a child, that child did not know what is called as tea at all. Yes or no? Yes. Now this child was introduced with this so called as popular tea, Indian tea, and slowly that person developed this habit. Now just tell me, is it not an acquired one? Yes or no? Yes, it is an acquired one. Similarly, all these other habits are acquired. So that which is acquired can be given it up. Why? Because it is not me at all. It is not actually mine. Please understand, that which is acquired can be given it up. Now this habit you have understood. What is called as habit? Habit is nothing but a very strong impression. Please note it. What is habit? Very strong impression. Example, now another example I will give. There are people, those who because of their anxiety, because of their worry, they start having this habit which is called as biting nail. They bite their own nail and they eat those nails, so much so that the nail goes inside the skin, but still little if it grows, they eat. Now just imagine how this habit, because of the strong impression, the habit is because of very strong impression. Then another habit, there are people at young age, they start sucking the thumb, and then it becomes so much so, they, whenever they get such sort of anxiety or they are alone, oh, then they remain there like that. So slowly we can remove this habit also. That means all impressions can be given up. Why? Because they are all acquired ones. Please understand, that which is taken up, which is called as acquired thing, can be given it up. And how? By right thinking, by right effort. It requires lot of effort. It does not go as easily, because it has come and it has stayed with us for a long time. Therefore it will take long time to go completely from our system. Example, the example came to my mind. Corruption. Corruption in the government sector as well as corruption in the private sector. So just imagine, this is called as acquired thing. And nowadays people are so much so comfortable with corruption. This is where is a corruption? It is all cooperation. So that corruption word, people don't take it up as a corruption. They say no, this is just individual cooperation with each other. My God. So how much time it takes to remove this corruption, we all know from the system. Similarly, that which is called as wrong notion, that which is called as wrong notion also takes long time to remove from this system, because it is superimposed upon that reality, because it is very heavily superimposed on that reality, the Supreme Self. Okay. Now let us take up example of snake and the rope. Rope and the snake. In that, means in this example, the rope and the snake, please understand, the rope is forever as a rope, and it never changes, it will not change, and it never changed. So in 3 periods of time, the rope is rope alone, but the snake, that which is there, is having a different sort of color, combination, shape and size. What is that? The snake is nothing but the body. The body is superimposed on the self and consider that to be I am. And this is called as conditioning. This is called as conditioning. Therefore, the first aspect is the enquiry. Enquiry. Enquiry of what? Now, enquiry, as we have seen just in the last verse, am I this body? Then we have understood, no, I am not this body. Then am I these senses? No, no, I am not these senses. Am I these pranas? No, I am not the pranas. Am I this buddhi? No, I am not this buddhi. Am I this so called as tamas? No, 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 I am not this tamasic part which is called as Anandamaya Kosh. Why? This ignorance, this is completely a portion of ignorance that I am not. Then are you a ego? No, I am not an ego. Why? Because ego is nothing but an illusory thought. Having inquired, removed all that which was just because of the wrong notion, that means having removed all the wrong notions, there is one and one which is there, which is called as Sat. That which is called as substratum of all the Asat. Now, the inquiry about the Sat, please note it. This inquiry about the Sat. When we say, if we say, no, no, there is something called as another consciousness which knows this existence. If we say so, what we say, please note it. If we say there is another consciousness which knows this existence, that means, please understand, that another consciousness is non-existence. Hope you got this point. Why? Because existence is one and one alone. That which is the substratum which is changeless, and you are saying there is something, another consciousness which knows this existence. That means that consciousness is non-existence. That which is non-existence is unreal. And how can an unreal be a consciousness? Think. Okay, second part. If you say there is a consciousness, and that consciousness which is different than the existence, then the second important part is, who knows this consciousness then? Who knows? Acha, that also becomes illogical. So both these so called as arguments are illogical, that there is another consciousness which knows this existence. If there is another consciousness, if you say, and there is some another existence of it, then there cannot be a two existence, and two existence cannot be a permanent infinite at all at one time. Both arguments are illogical, because infinite is only one and one. So having understood that, we must know I am, and I know I am that I am. This is a beautiful point. I am, that means I am that existence. I know, that means I am that consciousness also, because I as an existence knows myself as existence, because existence itself is consciousness. This point we must understand. The existence itself is a consciousness. I am, I know I am. That means that is a complete realization that this existence, which is a substratum of everything, itself is consciousness. Itself is consciousness. There is no another consciousness which knows this existence. That argument is illogical. It does not have any basis at all. And therefore, it is proved that that which is called as Sat, that Sat itself is the Chit, and that Chit itself is Sat. And that Sat I am. That Sat I am. So having done this very important enquiry, what we have done? We have negated all that which is called as superimposed things. That which are all superimposed thing. What are all these superimposed thing? That all which are ephemeral, that all which are inert, that all which are unreal. What is unreal? That which does not have its own independent existence. Can the body exist without the real existence? No. The form and the name. Body means what? The form and the name. The form and the name is because of the substratum, and any substratum, that which we understand as, is the changeless substratum. For example, if the chair is put up on the earth on this standpoint by this standpoint is changeless, and therefore the chair can remain stable there. But the chair is how? It is all nothing but the name and form, but in reality it is nothing but the earth itself. Because the form can go, and if the form goes, the name does not remain, but the substance which is called as wood, if you burn that, what remains? The ash. That ash is nothing but the earth itself. Now, having understood this, put this important aspect called as easiness. So, chair is. Now, chair is broken into pieces. Now, pieces, one piece. This piece is there. So, that is there. The chair of the handle is there. Chair of the handle is there. So, all parts are broken away, but easiness remains the same. No one can destroy this isness. Name and form can easily be destroyed. Therefore, having understood this, removed all, this is called a superimposition. What is a superimposition? Name and form is a superimposition. How? Now understand. Nama, Rupa, Nama, Rupa. 5 aspects we have to understand. Nama, Rupa. And after that there are 3 important aspects. What are those? That is, the first is Asti. Asti, that which is there. Then what is there? Then after that, that Asti, that which it knows. And that which it knows is Anandamaya in itself. That is called as Ananda. So, first 2 are only ephemeral. First 2 are only so called as unreal. But the next 3, that which is there, they are all permanent. And that permanent is called as the substratum. Asti, Bhati, Priyam. These 3 are called as substratum. Asti, existence. Bhati, consciousness. Priyam is called as Ananda. And this is how the enquiry is complete. That the name and form are nothing but the superimposition, but me as the self, which is a substratum, is there, is self-effulgent, is complete, is infinite, and therefore there is no chance of any incompleteness, and therefore it is always peaceful, blissful. Can I ask one question? Yes, you can ask one question now. Please tell me, you say there is one and one alone. Then don't you think that the Ishvara which is there, which we call it as God, it remains there or it goes, and then there is no one as a controller? Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi says, okay, wait. I don't want to mix up with this. Tomorrow I will take it up. That what is the role of Ishvara in this universe as well as in your own life? Okay, this is very interesting. Let us chant this verse and then we will explain it tomorrow. Verse number 24. Isha jivayo veshadhi bida. Isha jivayo veshadhi bida. Satsvabhavato vastu kevalam. Satsvabhavato vastu kevalam. Let us contemplate on today's our very important session with a very important points. Take a posture where you are comfortable. Even if you are sitting on chair, see to it that your legs are firmly placed on the ground over the mat. Keep your back straight. Keep your neck straight. Check all your body parts are comfortable. See to it that your facial expression is fine and pleasant. Eyes are closed. Then let us focus on today's important aspect of our discussion. Ahaminashabhat ahamaham taya spuratirutsvayam paramapurnasat. Once, by right inquiry, when the ego falls down, the ego gets destroyed, what remains is Paramapurna Sat. With right inquiry, we have falsified the ego, and it is clear that ego I am not. But let us extend this inquiry and make it more clear that what else we have: body, indriyas, prana, buddhi, and this ignorance. Am I that? Then we have seen, no, I cannot be that. Why it is so? Because the scriptural knowledge, Vedantic understanding is that which changes is ephemeral, that which changes is jadam, inert, that which changes is unreal. So all this body and indriyas, pranas, mind, intellect and ignorance, they keep changing continuously. Therefore, it is completely understood that yes, this I am not. We have taken one example of actor and the role played by this actor in the same drama. Having played the different role, this person, once he was a king, another time he was a beggar, another time he was a soldier, another time he was a doctor. But all these roles are temporary. So the emotions and the expression of it is also temporary, that I am not. This actor once comes out of that role is absolutely changeless, even though he played that role of a beggar or a king or a doctor or a businessman. Similarly, the substratum, the self, remains unchanged, completely changeless. Only the changes are happening in this unreal part which is called as not self. That we have seen with different examples, how this BMI keeps changing. So having understood this, that jadam, that unreal, I am not, I am that Sat. Then the question remains, who knows this Sat? Is there any other consciousness who knows this Sat? Then it said, no, there is no other consciousness which can know this Sat. Why? Because this Sat itself is Chit, and Chit, that I am. I am. I know I am. Then we have seen, if there is existence which is changeless, which is a substratum, and somebody says there is some consciousness which knows this existence, that means that consciousness which is different than the existence is something unreal, which does not have its own existence. It depends on some other existence. If we say there is another existence, that means that existence and this existence, there are two infinite things. That is illogical. The infinite is one and one alone. That is that existence that I am. So therefore we have seen Nama, Rupa, that is called as name and form. They are superimposed on Asti, Bhati, Priyam. That which is existence, that which is consciousness, that which is bliss itself. That existence, that consciousness, that bliss, I am. Shanti. 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 Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Have a gratitude towards that compassionate Lord who has given this knowledge to all of us and a beautiful time. Also have a gratitude to one and all around us who is responsible for what we are today. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Om Namo Narayana.